let's talk about what it actually means to live in Bali. Like live in Bali full time, not on and off, just committed to living here, trying to build yourself here. And I absolutely love it. I'm so grateful that I get to do this beautiful experience to live here. But I gotta be honest with you guys. I've been living in Bali now for almost 4 years, and I'm a yoga teacher, and before I had a remote job, and 2 years ago I decided to let go of my remote job and just teach yoga full time. And yeah, it is a journey, I'll hear that. I have a yoga teacher visa. So I'm officially legally allowed to teach yoga here. You need to apply for a visa and it's a whole process to get it. You need a big investment actually to be able to get the yoga teacher visa. And once you get this yoga teacher visa, you're not allowed to do anything else. So I'm right now hitting walls, I'll tell you that. I am fired to build my own brand. I have a whole plan and I'm actually legally not allowed to do any of this. And I personally am just hitting walls, you know, like when you have this huge vision and you want to get going and you want to get your things done, but because of different reasons, and I don't want to complain here, but that's just the reality of living somewhere else other than your home country, where maybe, especially in Germany, things are more clear, you know, the laws are more clear. It is a bit frustrating and it takes a lot of patience, a lot of trust, and a lot of ability to be able to adapt to different situations and to be able to just trust into the unknown and to really surrender, because we never know how the laws are going to change, right? So sometimes they're changing here very quickly, and I understand that there has been a lot of scam from foreigners in the past here in Bali. So the government wants to be more strict, which I totally get. And at the same time, it is harder and more challenging for foreigners to live here in Bali and to really make a realistic income of being able to live from that income. So yeah, with that said, the Intuition Studio, my little baby brand right now, is not on hold. I trust that all of this is part of the process, but I have really, been working with my marketing team on the website, and we're so excited to launch the website, but I'm not even allowed to launch the website legally because I would need a different visa for that than the one that I have right now. And yeah, this whole process really requires a lot of trust, and it makes me really not rethink my decision of living here, because I'm right now in a position, especially with my partner and this beautiful house and our dog that we have here, where we just committed to this island. We don't move every 2 months somewhere else. It's also not really my lifestyle. Like, I've always been traveling a lot due to work. In the past as a model, I was around a lot, and also before that I always found jobs abroad. So right after school I went abroad. I was like, okay, I'm done with Germany. It's not really my thing. I'm just going out. And yeah, I've always liked to have some kind of a home base. So I've never really liked this nomadic, digital nomad lifestyle. Even when I came here to Bali 4 years ago, I always made sure that I had a home for at least a month or 2. So that's just who I am. I love to have my routine. I don't want to live out of a suitcase. I want to settle and ground right away. My boyfriend and I, we're just both like this, and that's why we just committed to stay here. He has his business here, which is actually going very well, and yeah, I'm just in a phase of my life that is super interesting. So I'm turning 29. I am 28 for now, turning 29 in November. So now I'm 28. I feel like I cannot even explain. I talked to my friend today and she was like, you are in the middle of your Saturn return. Like, it's the peak. And whoever went through their Saturn return, it is wild. Things are changing. Life is just really asking you to, come back into your center every time, keep on going, take one step at a time. And most of the times with really taking just baby steps and being committed and focused on your path, the path becomes clear. Even though for me, I can tell you, I have so much unclarity and uncertainty. Usually people would be like, oh my God. If I talk to my parents, especially my dad, if I talk to my dad, he's like, what are you doing, girl? Come back to Germany, get a job, study again, buy a house, whatever, which I don't judge. I think that's a beautiful path of life, but it's just not me. So I've always been someone who likes discomfort, so I always went into discomfort. I didn't know anyone when I came to Bali here 4 years ago. Now I have like my closest friends here, and you know, beautiful relationship, beautiful house, beautiful life. But it takes a lot. And that's just what I wanted to share here with you guys, because Bali life seems so... It is so magical, so beautiful, and it is full of opportunities. And because the energy is so flowing and creative, you know, you surround yourself with people from all over the world who build their own businesses, who don't work 9 to 5 anymore. You know, it's a whole different lifestyle, which we all love. But with that, there comes also a lot of challenges. So besides this whole visa situation, because of the lifestyle that we have here, one really needs to be able to structure oneself. Like, otherwise you just sleep in, wake up, go to the coffee shop, relax, chill. No, maybe this is also just me. I need to have a structure, and I'm building my structure, which I love. I've always been quite disciplined, and I've always really prioritize my mornings. I love to wake up before the sunrise at around 5:30, and sure, there are phases in my cycle and my life where I didn't follow that, but I just know how important it is for me in order to be committed to my own path and to be able to flow through life. So yeah, you need to find a good structure yourself. Otherwise, nothing really happens. And I don't think it's just when you live in Bali, but it's in life in general. We can have all the ideas, all the creativity, especially me as a woman. I don't want to say us women, because every woman is different, but me, a lot of feminine energy, and I just love to be a woman and be like, oh, all right, I have all the ideas, and you know, go with the flow. Everything is going to be easy and peaceful. But I need structure, and I'm really grateful that I have such a beautiful masculine energy in my life, which is my boyfriend. And he's not giving me structure, but it's just like the energy of having him in my life just allows me to flow beautifully in my creative energy. Yeah, so other than that, there also comes the sacrifice of being away from my family is something that is extremely challenging for me. And I love my family. And I'm so grateful my mom was just here, that my mom comes here every year and we see each other a lot, we talk a lot to each other, but it's just really challenging. But you know, it's also beautiful because of this digital age that we're living in. We're so fastly connected, and we can connect very well through Instagram, through WhatsApp, whatever. So that's quite cool. So yeah, that's just something that I'm dealing with personally. Bali is always extremely transformative for everyone. I think for everyone who's coming here, Bali brings out everything you never wanted to face. People always say, yeah, you go to Bali to run away from your problems and to be on an island, relax in the sun and blah blah blah. No, Bali has this intense healing energy that will mirror you all the dark versions of yourself. And if you're not ready to face them and to say, okay, I'm ready to see myself in like different situations and different versions of myself, then Bali will kick you out. I'll tell you that. Everyone who has been here for a long time can tell you that Bali has its own agenda, and not a lot of people will usually be able to stay here for long term because it is so challenging. And yeah, that I hope that doesn't sound too woo-woo. If you don't get it, just send me a message. I'm happy to explain it to you in different words. But besides the challenges of living abroad and living in Bali, I am just every day intensely grateful that I get to live here and that I am able to be part of this beautiful culture and the community and nature and life that we're living here. And I have no idea how long we will stay in Bali. For now, we don't have any plans to move. And for now, I just pray every day, and I'm grateful to the moon that I'm able to live here and have this life. So that is just a little insight about me, what I'm experiencing here in my beautiful, colorful Bali life. It is very beautiful. It is very dreamy, and it allows me to be and grow into the best version of myself. and at the same time it is super challenging. And I don't even know if it's generally Bali or it's just like the time and age that I'm in personally. But I guess that is just part of life, and we can, out of every challenge, we can make the best out of it. So we can choose to dwell in our self-pity and be like, oh, everything is so hard and everything is happening to me. Or we take a breath, we see the opportunities, and we see that life is happening for us and not to us, or for me and not to me. And everything that is happening in life for me is a blessing and a gift, either to get to know myself better, or to change, or to see the beauty of life. That's my standpoint. That's a mindset that I'm living with. So thank you for watching, guys. I talk to you next week.